And Emeka is saying you can train your heart to do better. You can train your heart to think differently. So, do you agree with that particular statement, or do you think something else? I'm going to read some of the messages of the Adult Conversations family platform on WhatsApp. And this one is coming in from Gideon from K2. Gideon is saying, don't let temporary feelings destroy your friendship. It's not reasonable to date your guy's babe. Look for another girl and date. Now, this particular point, we Gideon the talk. Now, the same point we make at the talk. So, if no other babe did this life, why we say now this babe, now your eye the enter. If you and this babe not to spend time together, so they carry and they go, carry and they come, how you gonna say you go fall in love? Your heart no find any other person to love. Now this your guy, babe. Now you want love. Please oh. So eight square cakes and more goodies from Matogon Okiaro is saying, please advise her to leave such a relationship before you open up to her. Also, brother, check yourself. Is this feeling you call love or pity for her? Check yourself well before you even say it out to her, so you would not enter even more. And that's coming from A Square Cakes and More Goodies from Matogo Okiaro. Now, this is another point, another very solid point. It could be a situation of pity and not really love. It might just be that you ache for how she's hurting, like your heart aches because she's hurting. Now, from my understanding, I would like to believe that Joshua and the girl and they found a rhythm, they become some sort of friends over time in the 9 months that she's been dating Joshua's friend. So because they've hung out together a number of times, so maybe they found their own type of friendship. And now because they're friends, he feels bad that his friend is the one inflicting pain on this his new friend. So, and being that she's female, people are trained to always gravitate towards, or society trains men, so to speak, to gravitate towards the damsel in distress. So, chances are that this is just a damsel in distress situation and pity as a result, not necessarily love. But then again, could it be love? Then again, could it be love? I'll let you answer that. This is Adult Conversations on Women Radio 91.7. What are your thoughts about the story this evening? 07000 is the number to call. Go ahead and call in and tell me what you think about the story and give advice to Joshua this evening. Once again, this is Adult Conversations on Women Radio 91.7. All right, let me take this call. Hello, good evening. Hello. Kindly call me back if you can. Call back if you can. The number is still 07000 Do you think that Joshua should open up to her, talk to her about how he's feeling, and maybe, start a relationship with her? Do you think he should do that? I'm going to clearly read out the questions that he's asking. So he's saying, do I tell her to leave him? What if she doesn't want to date me because she thinks we're the same? Do I tell her how I feel? So it's a tricky situation, honestly speaking. It's a very tricky situation. But this is where Joshua is as of tonight. So he says that he's in love with this girl, or that he's falling in love with this girl in question. And chances are that he wants to explore that. And he's hoping that maybe she would feel the same way. Maybe not right now, because she's going through a lot, but maybe over time. I can't answer that, but I'm hoping that you have some advice for Joshua. 07000 is the number to call. Send a text or a WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Esther, calling from
Esther, calling from where?
Magbo.
Okay, hello, Esther. Thank you for calling.
Yes, ma'am. My advice to Joshua boyfriend just had it.
Friend's girlfriend.
The girl should leave the relationship. And as for Joshua should go and look for his own girlfriend and leave his friend's girlfriend because only one day to become an issue between him and his friend. So it will become a big issue. Thank you.
Jester, thank you for calling. All right. Esther saying she doesn't think that Joshua's friend's girlfriend is the girl for Joshua. So he should look elsewhere for the love of his life. Esther doesn't think that that girl right there, the girl that's his friend right now, that he's feeling bad for, is his girlfriend. It just doesn't look it. Now, this is not to say that this feeling that Joshua is feeling is not love. This is to say that it may not be love. It may not be love. You know how you feel for someone so much that you just want to, you want the best for them. You want the best for them at every given point in time. And then because you're spending a lot of time with this person, that person is literally the only person occupying your mind. And over time, it develops into this really, really strong fondness, and you term that love. When in reality, it probably isn't love. So, what is your advice for Joshua tonight? This is Adult Conversations on Women Radio 91.7.
Your church shoes, little sister, because we're about to blast off.
What is it you're trying to say? It's time to buckle up, because we're in the driver's seat. Women Radio 91.7.
Ho, ho, ho. You've been good all year round, and now you deserve the best, the very best in the Airtel Home Broadband All-Time Mega Offer. Get a MiFi or router at percent off and create beautiful moments this Yuletide. Visit any Airtel shop or www.airtel.com.ng/HBB. Have a wonderful Christmas with Airtel, the smartphone network.
My better people better don't land. Ice Medicare HMO now one of that Ogbonge health maintenance organization where our government stamp gidigba for health insurance matter my country. You go sick before you cover yourself. What if money no dey when you fall sick? Ice Medicare HMO get better health plan and benefit for organized private sector, schools, communities, and even private individuals and families. Ice premium for all their plans dey pocket friendly. Na shikini money. Ice hospital network na all over Naija. Dem fit help you arrange treatment for obodo oyinbo. Their head office na number 2 Osho Street, Okpebi Link Bridge, off Okpebi Road, Ikeja, Lagos. For more information, call 08093555863 or 08032639058. I steady care, health protection in your colors.
To pass this important message, I searched over and over for one word that means compact, complete, ideal, perfect, and seamless at the same time. Well, I ended up with a phrase, all in one. Yes, Vital, the new all-in-one magic box from Spectranet, a portable desk phone that also works as a modem. Nothing beats this. My Vital desk phone allows me to make and receive calls and also gives me a strong data connection to browse the internet. I got one for my home and another for my business. As a business owner, my Vital device provides high-speed internet for my team. And the best part is the unique 9-digit landline number that adds value to my business. Each Vital box can connect up to 10 devices at the same time. You just have to own one. Visit any Spectranet exclusive shop or dealer near you or order online at www.spectranet.com.ng. Vital. Make calls, stay connected. Spectranet. Do more. From all of us at Women Radio WFM 91.7, have a wonderful Christmas and an amazing New Year.
My people are here. My better levels are carrying one on a mountain coaster. Your festival of God, it's on the hello, the Lord. You make like socks from you. They don't make president yet. That's not the for we. 20 brand new house, 24 total new cars, 100 generators, 200 selling machines, 1,000 rechargeable fans, and thousands upon thousands of day. Just dial star 601 hash to enter and win inside the Globe Festival of That promo. Buy up to 20,000 naira data. Your lucky shine to win brand new house. If you first recharge or loan data when cost from 700 naira, go reach 10,000 naira every month, week, or every day. New or Taraka plus other fantabulous price and feel like your hand. Make your dial star 601 hash now to enter and win. Terms and conditions there.
Glow Unlimited.
2023 general election don't come. Oh. Time don't come to move Nigeria forward with our votes. Make we join hands together and vote for better candidates. Candidates wey no dey use women play. Candidates wey carry woman matter for head. Women oh, make una get una permanent voters card, PVC. Make we vote better.
The Voice of Women Empowerment Foundation and Women Radio Rights 1.7 bring una this message.
My people are hello. My better levels are carrying one on our Martin Costa. Your festival of God promo.
This one na hello praise the Lord. You make like salt from you.
They don't let president yet. That's not the leader for we.
20 brand new house, 24 total new cars, 100 generators,
200 selling machines, 1,000 recyclable fans.
and thousand upon thousand other price dem dey.
Just dial star 601 hash to enter and win inside the Globe Festival of That promo. Buy up to 20,000 naira data. Your lucky shine to win brand new house. If you first recharge or loan data when cost from 700 naira, go reach 10,000 naira every month, week, or every day. New or Taraka plus other fantabulous price and feel like your hand. Make your dial star 601 hash now to enter and win. Terms and conditions there.
Glow Unlimited.
Polisu Arena. The largest religious institutions in Nigeria have failed in enforcing the law in ensuring that members are safe. Over 180 million people, one country, one capital, 36 states, 469 national assemblies, 774 local government areas. This is Nigeria. How well do you know the political terrain of Nigeria? Today, there is no such thing as keeping out of politics. All issues are political games, and we are the players. Polisu Arena.
Wednesdays, 11:30 a.m.
On Women Radio,
On WFM 91.7.
Political Arena. Politicking at all levels.
It's 10 minutes.
Polisu Arena.
The largest religious institutions in Nigeria have failed in enforcing the law in ensuring that members are safe.
Over 180 million people, one country, one capital, 36 states, 469 national assemblies, 774 local government areas. This is Nigeria. How well do you know the political terrain of Nigeria? Today, there is no such thing as keeping out of politics. All issues are political games, and we are the players. Polisu Arena.
Wednesdays, 11:30 a.m.
On Women Radio,
On WFM 91.7.
Political Arena. Politicking at all levels. What are the consequences of corruption on the woman? Silence. Silence through diverse forms. Education, healthcare, laws and policies fostering unfavorable conditions to the woman at all levels. The Woman Agenda, breaking that silence, demanding accountability, transparency and good governance. The Woman Agenda is deliberate and calculated in amplifying the voice of women. The Woman Agenda,
Fridays, 3 p.m.
on Women Radio 91.7, a platform on the way forward.
19 minutes to 7 on Adult Conversations this evening on Women Radio 91.7. Thank you very much for tuning in. And if you're still here, thank you very much for staying. If you're just tuning in, you're welcome. My name is Sumto Titilayo Ajama. And tonight we're profiling the story of Joshua. I'm going to go straight to the story, read it as sent in, so you have a perspective on the story. My name is Joshua. My friend met his current girlfriend in my street when he came to visit me. 2 months later, they started dating and have been together for about 9 months now. She visits him regularly, so sometimes we go together, but I bring her back most times in my car, since I mostly go to his place after work. She had complained to me about his temper, but about 3 months ago, she told me he was beating her. I had seen some of the bruises, but didn't want to believe my friend was responsible for that. I talked to him about it and advised him to stop or he will lose her, but he didn't listen. I take her home from his house almost every day, and I'm falling in love with her. Do I tell her to leave him? What if she doesn't want to date me because she thinks we're the same? Do I tell her how I feel? And these are the questions that Joshua is posing tonight to you. Oh, yes, that's your question. So he's asking this from the place of somebody who is falling in love with this particular girl who's been victimized, who is being violated by his friend. His friend, now continually or consistently or constantly, for lack of a better word, beats this girl in question. And now he's like, I don't think this is right for you. And to add to that, also fall in love with her. So he's asking for your advice. 07000 917 917 is the number to call. Send a text message or a WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello. All right, please call back if you can. 07000 917 917 is the number to call. Yes, hello, good evening. Mr. Darlington, good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
So, these two young men are committing a crime.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
The first one is preyed on this lady and has been beating her consistently. The one that he brought about the introduction knew about this thing. He kept quiet. And now he wants to continue from where his friend stopped in the name of love. Instead of reporting his friend, this is not love. They are preying on this girl. They are preying on her emotions, on her innocence, and they don't even know what they are doing. They don't. How can you do that such a thing? You are in love with her. You are taking advantage of her. She's not vulnerable. She's very, very vulnerable, and that's what this guy wants to take advantage of. You see these people, they play with the law here, seriously. Two of them, they will answer for what they are doing. If you love that girl, the first thing is to report your friend. Why should you be beating her? And you not love her again. Eventually, your friend will not see her in your house or what? And then what happens? Two of you will not be making jest of her. Look, in fact, I'm not happy, serious, I'm not happy. What kind of person is that? Is he really in love with that girl?
Well, that's what he says.
You know, I've just analyzed it now. There's no love here. They are just preying on our emotions. A girl that's going through sorrow, through harrowing experience, that you have to save her. You say you're in love with her. What if your friend finds out? What will you do? Or you think you will not find out? And now you will not be fighting because of her. They will be sorrowing for what you are doing to her. And in fact, I don't know. These two young men, they're supposed to be in police now, asking questions.
All right.
What kind of love is this? There's no love here. Let them get alone. Leave me, Jerry.
Thank you very much. All right, so Mr. Darlington strongly strongly thinks that there is no love in this place. There is no love here. Love is really has nothing to do with his relationship, with Joshua's relationship with this lady. And he's saying that because he says, you know that your friend has a temper. You know that your friend has a tendency, maybe it's not been realized, or maybe you don't know about anything like that in reality. But from his temper, you can tell that your friend is capable of beating someone, of hurting someone. And whether or not you used to talk to her when she was in your street, whether or not you talk to her, you watched eyes wide open. That's it, eyes wide open as she walked into that relationship. And now it has come to the point where he has started beating her, and you want to say you're in love. Mr. Darlington is basically saying, Joshua, I doubt that what you feel is love. You and your friend are basically trying to prey on this person, and you don't even know that that's what you're trying to do. You don't even know that that's what you're doing, and that's the saddest part of it all. You don't know that that's what you're doing. And then bringing it back to you and your friend's relationship. I mean, that was the first thing that crossed my mind. If you're thinking of pursuing a relationship with this girl, however innocently you're thinking about it right now, what do you think will become of the friendship that you have with your friend? Are you willing to let that go? Is your friend going to be cancelled? I mean, that is Gen Z English, but by that I mean, is your friendship going to be over because of this girl? So that's something that you need to think about. That is most definitely something that you need to think about. So what is the advice to Joshua? What is it? What is the advice? Talk to me. 07000 917 is the number to call. Send a text or WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. All right. This one is coming from Olu from Obawale. Olu says, okay, let me take this call first. Hello, good evening. Good evening. What's your name, please? Where are you calling from? Okay, Victoria, thank you for calling. Please go ahead.
All right. What I'm trying to say is that if Joshua is really talking with the girl, I don't see any big deal about therapy because there are some relationships that fall from that at the end of the marriage.
Hmm.
I don't see any big deal. If he's truly in love with the lady, he should go ahead, and if he's ready to complete his relationship with his friend, there's no problem with that.
Oh, okay. So you're saying if he's ready to forfeit his relationship, right? So that's something that he must consider.
Yes, if he's ready to complete his relationship with his friend, there's no problem. And if he's truly in love with the lady, to me, I don't think it's anything that we can't advise to him. If he cannot stand it, there's no problem with that.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. So Victoria is the first person with a different opinion this evening. And she's saying that in this case, if he's willing to forfeit his relationship with his friend because he truly believes that he's in love with this lady, then he should go ahead and do that. Some relationships, according to Victoria, start out this way and progress to marriage and even beautiful marriages afterwards. So could this be one of them? I don't know. Is Joshua really in love? I don't know. Do you think Joshua is in love? Let me know. Let me know what you think and give advice to Joshua as well. Now, remember, we do not judge in adult conversations. So please, when you're giving advice, however slighted you feel, however affected you feel by the story, please make sure to construct your feelings into words very carefully. Thank you very much. We're also streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. So please go ahead, go on Facebook, go on YouTube at WFM 917 and watch as we go on. Remember, you can also share the link to your friends from Facebook, share the link from YouTube, and talk about the story, give advice. But whatever you do, however difficult the conversations get or however easy it is, remember to call in so that we can hear you and know what your advice is for Joshua. All right. Thank you very much. Excuse me. 07000 917 is the number to call. Send in a text or a WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. 0703 175 6537. Do you think this might be a bit of a challenging situation if he's really in love? If he's really in love, this will get complicated quickly. Like this matter go open and it go scatter. Because how you go live I just the reason matter. So you know my girlfriend and you know say I dey date am. But because say you dey feel for am as I dey beat am, you can't advise her make she leave me, make you can't date am. The mass, no the mass. You know the gel. Sorry, please call me back if you can. 07000 is the number. Send a text or a WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. Yes, hello, good evening. Hello,
Hello, good evening.
good evening. Is this William?
No, my name is Desmond
Hello,
from
Desmond.
Lekki.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, regarding the story, I just feel Joshua, in that the current guy is Joshua now.
Yes,
The real one, and
yes,
the latest one, yeah.
yes.
Joshua is taking advantage of the lady
Hmm.
because what I thought was he met the girl at a vulnerable point, at a vulnerable stage, knowing that, okay, this friend is treating the lady, and the lady probably, look at the situation of the lady is probably someone that is not standing on her own.
Hmm.
She might not have a business, have something going for her. So it's like those cases that depend on the man or depend on someone to survive. You get?
Mm-hmm.
So if you even check it out, you find out the lady might not even have a house where to stay. Or she might come from the faulty foundation because I believe the lady that has something going for her, that have a career ahead of her, will not be jumping from one friend to another. Yes. So the guy just took advantage of her vulnerability and is trying to play the card of love. I bet you 2 years, 3 years down the line, they will get married. You find out that it will still irritate the guy. You find out that my friend has not slept with you. It will come to the point, yes, because when they sit down as friends to talk as guys, and I'll be like, you're not your wife. It's that kind of a thing. And it's to change the guy that, oh, my friend has not slept with you. So,
But should all of that matter if he really loves her?
I'm telling you that guy loves that girl.
No, I know. I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying that is there not a possibility that he could really be in love with her?
Okay, let's assume now that he's truly seriously in love with her, right? But the thing is this, if he truly loved her, he saw that the girl, his friend was teaching the girl. What did he do? What step did he take during that time? So I just feel the person is for the girl to put for ground.
Thank you very much, Desmond. Thank you for calling. And yes, what did he do when he found out that she was beating him? Well, to answer that, I'm just going to go back to the story where he said he spoke to his friend and advised him to stop hitting his girlfriend. That if you continue, she is going to go. You're literally going to lose this girl if you continue to beat her up. And his friend didn't listen. His friend didn't listen. Now, is there anything more that he could have done? I think the culture of reporting cases of domestic violence, particularly in families, between friends, that's not something that we as a society have properly developed. That is not something that we as a society have properly developed. Because if we have, this wouldn't even be an issue. He would automatically report his friend, and that would be that. The courts, the police, all of that will handle the situation, and then she won't have to go through this again. And then it kind of irks me, like it really, really annoys me, like it affects me, gone, the fact that they're not even married. This is a relationship, and this relationship is not even up to a year. That's another thing that is so annoying about it. It's not even up to a year, and he's hitting her and beating her up. So this kind of makes me think, like, why do we ladies like to put ourselves in these situations? Now I know it's not a one size fits all. You know, sometimes it could just be a really, really sticky situation, but it's not that sticky when you're not married. You can actually leave, you can actually walk out of that relationship. But then we keep making excuses, excuses after excuses after excuses for these guys, and they're not changing. They're not changing. And this is really hurtful. So, could Joshua really be a breath of fresh air? Could he really be somebody who's really in love with her? Or do you think this is just he taking advantage of her vulnerability, of the fact that she's a damsel in distress, quote unquote? So, what do you think? 07000 That's the number to call. Send a text or WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. I'm going to read the message from Olu from Abaole on WhatsApp, on the Adult Conversation WhatsApp group. My brother, please search for Ebenezer Obey's song on a relationship with friends. The worst sin you can commit against a friend is to date his wife or girlfriend. Don't destroy your relationship with your friend. Look elsewhere for your own love. Ohun tí ò dáa, kò dáa. Mo gbàyàwó rẹ, mo gbàyàwó rẹ, ojú ló fi ń tíní. Okay. Ó ń bani jẹ́ láwùjọ ọ̀rẹ́. My Yoruba reading is horrific, but I'm hoping that we understand that. Yeah, that's what Olu from Abaole is saying. I don't know how to handle this, honestly speaking. I'm finding it hard to wrap my head around this, particularly because this is a domestic violence situation, and that is always very triggering for me. Not in that first-hand basis situation, but I know too many people who have been in these shoes before, and I can never really wrap my head around the fact that this person hits you over and over and over again, and you're still there. It's kind of difficult for me to process. So in this case, it's still difficult, but Joshua is the focal point of this particular story tonight. So what is your advice to Joshua? What do you think he should do? He's asking, I'm in love with my friend's girlfriend, or I'm falling in love with my friend's girlfriend. My friend beats her up consistently, and I can see that she's hurting. I take her home because she lives near my street. I take her home almost every day. I'm falling in love with her. Do I tell her? That's the question. Do I tell her? Will she agree to date me, or she'll think that both of us are the same thing? Basically, he's just asking, do I tell her how I feel? What is your answer? What is your answer to that question? Do you think he should tell her? Or do you think maybe he should time before actually telling her? Do you think it's something that you don't think, even if he's going to tell her, he should tell her now? I don't know. But Joshua wants to hear from you. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening again. It's Emeka. I called earlier on.
Okay. Emeka, you never told me where you were calling from.
Okay, I'm calling from Ikorodu at the moment.
Okay. All right. Please go ahead.
Even though Joshua brought this issue, but it's more, how do I put it? It's more important for the lady in question. I mean, she bears the brunt in this because what she's going through, the situation she's in is almost, I might as well say, life threatening. And it's not enough because a lot of women are listening to this. I'm saying it because I have women in my family, and I would hate for anyone to go through this. And I've also heard about lots of stories that have to do with domestic violence. And people sort of trivialize it, especially the women involved. They trivialize it and think it's going to change, or, they come up with all sort of ridiculous reasons and excuses for the man beating them up. In fact, I get to a point where can you fall in love the man and they wish him to even beat them. Now, for most, or even all the women listening, this should not be a source of entertainment. And we're all good friends and we're entertained by the whole thing. They should copy and think. Because I'm very sure a lot of people are going through this. They're little and quiet corners. And they're listening to this and they're feeding off of this as entertainment. Well, they're going through the same thing. So for whoever, in fact, both gender, are going through this sort of situation or anything related to it, please get out. Yes, it's your life first. Honestly, because there are way too much examples of this sort of thing, and it's always end of fatal. For the man, again, after my checks, there are more women in the population of this country than men. Who get yours. What that woman needs is a brother. If you can't see that.
Or a really good friend.
Yes, that's what she needs. She needs a shoulder. And what men typically take advantage of women who are usually in this sort of situation, that's when they start developing some monkey feelings. No, that's not a time. Even if I were the woman, I would not even false to advance it. I would slap it back in your mouth. Because first of all, you're not a faithful person to friend. God as he is himself. Yes, God as he is himself, you're not a good friend to him. Because his loss shouldn't be your gain. In fact, none of them should go for the woman. They're going to just go. So,
thank you very much.
Copy and paste.
Thank you very much, Emeka. Thank you for calling. Yes. So truly, the lady in question also needs advice. And I like that a number of people that have called so far have given advice to both Joshua and the lady. So we can keep that up because it's important that we find a way to communicate or speak to the story, not necessarily communicate to her because she might not be listening, but at least we can speak to her situation in the story as we give advice to Joshua. And hopefully that can help, that can help him sort out things in his mind and tow him in the right direction. So 4 minutes past 7 on Adult Conversations this evening. And this is where we share real life issues and discuss matters relating to the heart. I am Somto Titilayo Ajama. And tonight, the story we're profiling is that of Joshua. If you're just tuning in, I'll read the story in a bit, but I need to take this call. Hello, good evening. Good evening. Please, I need more volume from you. Okay, Ebenezer from Ogba. Please go ahead. Okay.
Our friends, my friends, got married to lady who are good and everything. But then you hear that kind of thing about the female. So what about that situation? Female is going to have a front of up on everything. But this one has to do both tomorrow. And then, for any of your friends, your friends are one. Oh, we're going to see you to do that time school and then school and then become a trader is blind. Before you know it, my people was more than nothing. Nobody can say how talented anyone can do in life when it comes to love. You know that when you get the girl up, another let's say you take participation. Let's say you take participation. Some women who like when you are guys people, they don't get people all together.
I don't know about that. I really don't think there's anybody who wants to be hurt like that.
Well, we've seen a lot of people going like, so I don't know if it's going to not. But when they...
I beg go. God, I beg go. Well, all right. Thank you very much, Ebenezer. Thank you for calling. Hey, Wahala. One more. It feels like the more people call, the deeper and deeper the story revolves. All right, I'm going to read the story again for the benefit of those who are just tuning in. And the story goes thus. My name is Joshua. My friend met his current girlfriend in my street when he came to visit me. 2 months later, they started dating and have been together for 9 months now. She visits him regularly, so sometimes we go together, but I bring her back most times in my car since I mostly go to his place after work. She had complained to me about his temper, but about 3 months ago, she told me he was beating her. I had seen some of the bruises, but didn't want to believe my friend was responsible for that. I talked to him and advised him to stop or he will lose her, but he didn't listen to me. I take her home from his house almost every day, and I'm falling in love with her too. Do I tell her to leave him? What if she doesn't want to date me because she thinks we're the same? Do I tell her how I feel? Well, these are the questions that Joshua is asking, and he would love your advice. He would love your answers. He would love you to give him some good advice this evening. He's thinking about or considering generally, he's generally considering speaking to this lady about how he thinks or how he feels. I don't want to say how he thinks he feels because that would undermine what he's saying. But he says that he's falling in love with her. So maybe he's thinking about her a lot more. Maybe he's very concerned about her, knowing that her boyfriend, his friend, is beating her consistently. But is this love? Joshua thinks it is. Do you think it is? What is your advice for Joshua? If it's love, if you agree that it's love, what is your advice for him? If you agree that it's not love, what is your advice? The number to call is 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. Send in a text message or a WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. Do you think that Joshua is in love with this lady? And if he is, if you think so, he's saying, do I tell her to leave him? Do I show her how I feel? Hello, good evening. Hello. Yes, good evening. What's your name, please? Okay, thank you, Daniel. Please go ahead. All right, Daniel, please call back. I think you're experiencing some network failure. So please call back if you can. All right, call back if you can. So what do you think that she should do, or he should do rather? What do you think he should do? And then you can still in the same breath give advice to the lady in question. I know she most probably isn't tuned in, but at least you can still give us some advice. Hello, good evening. All right, Daniel, please go ahead. I couldn't hear you previously. Mhm.
Yes, and other thoughts too might also be strengthened from the mind and the mind of the reason. So if imagine the friend has not come around, the way have met her, and now friends might met her. Things like that might cause the relationship friendship. It is better to save the friendship and put it into relationship. Most times we often think that as a result of friendship we can go into relationship. There are some relationships that friendship that doesn't lead to marriage. There are some that on a friendship so and everything should be taken. Yes, I know this part that the friends will show from time of seeing teaching her which is wrong. The decision is absolutely because if you should go ahead and tell her that you should actually feeling for her. She might also still feel that I would say you should just be a friend to this person. This really needs a shoulder to rest on, not a relationship at this point in time. So you should just take that thought of asking her out and telling her whatever it is to that person. And you should just take it up from there are other ones outside.
All right.
You might be surprised that she's also still interested in the friend, even with the problems in the relationship. So this is a two-way thing. The best I would just say to him is you should be able to think about telling her anything to save the friendship between him and his friend.
Thank you so much. Thank you. This is another person saying right now she doesn't need someone to be romantically involved with, but she doesn't need you to be that person. As a matter of fact, if she breaks up with this guy who's hitting her, it's not advisable to go straight into another relationship. It's better for her to heal. It's better for her to pick herself back up because domestic violence does something not just to your body, but to your mind as well, particularly if this is something that has never happened to you. I mean, at my big age now, I cannot imagine being in a relationship with someone and I was just say small thing, you slap me. Lamb of God. Eh, okay, well, the point here is if by any means she's interested in a relationship, it shouldn't be with him. So the advice right now is just don't do that. Don't put yourself in that space. Daniel is basically saying you are not what she wants romantically. You're not who should be interested in her romantically. She doesn't need that from you. She needs a friend. She needs somebody she can turn to, somebody who has her best interest at heart without an ulterior motive whatsoever, however pure that ulterior motive is. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking that Joshua thinks that he's a much better option than his friend. He's a much better choice. Let me put it that way. He's a much better choice than his friend. Meaning, maybe he has a pure heart. He loves for real, and he doesn't hit his girlfriends. He doesn't. He's emotionally sound. He's a lover, so to speak. And if he is, well, I'm happy that that's the case. But is that what she needs right now? Is that what she needs right now? Somebody to show her all this romance, all this, what romance should truly be. Is that what she needs right now? Coming from this? Well, I'll read this message, and this message is coming in from Amos from Magboro. Amos is saying he can love the girl without dating her. He should prove his love by advising her to leave the relationship that involves beating. It's not everyone we love that we need to date. This actually answers my question to what I just said. Literally answers my question. He's saying if he loves her, it doesn't mean that he should be in a relationship with her. It doesn't mean that he should date her because he says he loves her. He can love her and be the friend that she needs. He can love her and be the shoulder that she needs to cry on in weird cases, in times when when her boyfriend, that's his friend, has maltreated her and treated her like trash. That's what he needs. That's what she needs. She doesn't need romance coming from this particular guy. So Amos is saying you can love her without necessarily being romantically involved with her. So what do you think? Ishmael is saying, advise her to leave him if he cannot stop beating her. You too must leave her alone by not falling for her. Your feelings for her is pity and not love. Your feelings for her is pity and not love. Now, again, I don't want to be the person that tells Joshua how he feels. Earlier in the program, I said the heart wants what it wants. There is a chance that what he currently feels is pity. There's a chance. But there's also a chance that somewhere in that pity, there could be love. Somewhere in that pity, there could be real love, real, pure, unadulterated love. And that's what she needs. She needs love, not necessarily romantic love, but she needs to know that that's not the standard. She needs to know that that relationship I'm in, that guy beats me up, is not the standard. That's not what anyone should go for. She needs to feel like she can be herself again with some other person without feeling the pressure of wanting to date them or of them asking her to date them. So it's like, I'm here for you and I'm trying to help you heal. I'm trying to get you away from this bad relationship that you're in, that is hurting you, that's making you feel sad. But I also want to be with you. I want to be your boyfriend. So if you leave there, come to me. You're just growing codependency skills or dependency skills in this lady. You're not teaching her to be a better person. You're not teaching her to be a stronger person. It just feels like you want her to move away from that and come to you. Will that really help? You know, when you love someone who has been hurt, that person also has to be willing to be open to that love. I can promise you that there are chances that Joshua's friend's girlfriend has sensed that Joshua is romantically interested in her, but she's not reacting to it whatsoever. She's not even doing like say she knows say the guy don't give her green light. Yes, make me talk through. Chances day where the guy go don't try hold hug am, one thing. She go down a reason for her mind say, this guy not for real. I be just won't play me because he have the person winning depth right now. That kind of thing. So at the end of the day, it's a bit of a tricky situation because she's torn in between and doesn't quite know what to do. Doesn't quite know what to do. I don't know. I don't know how far this is going. Let me put it this way. I don't know how far this is going, but Joshua right now is saying that he's falling in love with her. So he's asking, do you think I should tell her? Do you think I should tell her how I feel? Do you think I should let her know how I feel? Do you also think I should leave her? Do you think I should leave her? Or do you think I should shoot my shot, so to speak? Whatever the case is, he's also asking, do you think she would date me? Because she may think we're the same thing. Honestly, it's not an easy spot to be standing where Joshua is standing right now. So give him some support and give him some good advice this evening. It's 20 minutes past 7, and this is Adult Conversations on Women Radio 91.7. 24 minutes past 7, or 24 minutes past 7. And this is still Adult Conversations on Women Radio 91.7. What are your thoughts tonight concerning Joshua's story? That's the story we're profiling, and we need advice from you. We need advice from you. We need advice from you. Joshua keeps saying, okay, what can he do? Should he talk to her? Should he let her know how he feels? And will she even agree to date him, knowing that it's his friend that is beating her up and making her feel bad? Do you think she recognizes that this guy is a good guy and can make a good boyfriend? Because that's basically what Kate wants. So I really don't know how tricky it can get. So yes, it might get extremely tricky as time goes on, particularly if he goes on with a relationship with this young lady. If he goes into a relationship with her, it could totally dampen everything, literally everything. And at the end of the day, you're wondering, did I do this for the right reasons? How would this have turned out? Did I do it wrong? What? Oof. So at the end of the day, it's like, okay, okay, okay. Maybe you can learn and I can do other stuff and all of that. Where am I going with this? My point here is marriage is aspirational for people. Relationships are great as well. But it's until you find the right person that all of this matters. Until you find the right person. If you're not signing that, then it's like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, tell me what your thoughts are this evening concerning the story. 070917917 is the number to call. Send a send him a text or a WhatsApp message. Just talk to him and tell him how you feel. And I'm saying him because a lot of the time we ladies, we can't really communicate how we feel and all of that. So maybe is that something that you should consider sending the guy in question a voice note or a recording or something that basically explains how things currently are? Okay. Well, what are your thoughts this evening? 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917 is the number to call. Send in your text and WhatsApp messages to 0703 175 6537. So, Anyway, I'm looking at the story tonight, and there's still so many corners of it that don't quite add up, and it can be messy. Generally, it can be messy. It can be messy. Why does he feel this way for his friend's girlfriend? Is this something that he could have controlled? Do you think? Okay, kindly call back if you can. Call back if you can. Well, 07000917917 is the number to call. Send in a text message or a WhatsApp message. And then we'll read that message. We'll read your messages and then take any questions that you might have. Hello, good evening. Good evening. What's your name, please? Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Glory from Ibafo. Okay, thank you for calling.
Thank you. I normally enjoy your program, but this evening on fact I've been doing it. The guy should leave this because, at work, when you see somebody, you feel like you love the person. But it is the middle that you should think of the future, not the present one. You should put into the future because time is coming. He and not be stressed. In short, that baby is doing, that's what I'm saying now. There is a lot of things in his life. Even the baby himself. Because I don't think the baby is baby. And if the baby says yes, let you go and take. So this guy himself should be the baby. Let him go for his own.
All right. Thank you so much for calling.
Let him lay out the future. Let him put into the future, not the present one.
All right. Thank you so much. Let him look into the future, not the present. Let him consider the future, not the present. And his face is simple. His face is simple and straight to the point. That's what I'm saying. He thinks he's a good guy. He thinks that he's a good guy. He believes that he's a good guy, which in reality, it could be that he's really a good guy. But does that make him now the next best thing for this guy? I mean, for this lady, does that make him the next best thing? So that's the part I've been grappling with. But at the end of the day, it's like you decided on what you want to do and how you want to do it. And now there's all this, is it confusion now, or I'm not even sure how I feel like thing. Well, it is, but I most definitely understand that sometimes you want so badly for something to work in a certain way. And then sometimes you just want it to work. It doesn't require the certain way at all. So whatever it is that you do and however it is that you do it, then we can see where we go. Hello, good evening. Good evening. Hello, Ziggy. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. See, I think the name of that guy is Joshua.
Yes.
Yes. In my own opinion, I would say that Joshua is developing lost, not love.
Developing lost? Lost is what you said, right? Okay.
He's developing lost, not love. He should just, in my own opinion, he should just go and look for his own girlfriend or his own fiancé and leave his friend
Okay.
because his friend have not yet told him that he's tired of the girl. And the girl also have not yet told him that he's tired of the guy. He's already telling, she always only tell the guy what is happening in their relationship, and none of his sudden they start to develop
Feelings.
feelings for her. So my question is this: for example, somebody married in their area, and that person in question always beat up his wife, and maybe the wife sees Joshua as he always confides in to tell him what is going on in their marriage. Will he start developing love for the woman also? So as far as I'm concerned, he should just try as much as he can to kill what he's feeling in his mind. He should just try to kill it off because he's lost. I don't see any genuine love there. He should just leave both of them to sort this out. He should just try to look into the future, because if you try developing feeling for a woman maybe that is in a domestic violence, how many people would you develop love for? That's not the question. So because your friend is beating up his wife, one of his girlfriend, one of his cousins, you start to develop something for her. How many people will you develop this for? That always maybe a woman that is being beaten, or one of his cousins will start developing feelings for them. So please, he should just try to look into the future and know that what he's about to develop in his mindset or in his life is a no-no. So he should not take it off and look for his own girlfriend, or for his own child, or look for his own wife, and hook up and try to sort things out like in himself.
All right. Thank you, Ziggy.
Go and develop something for your friend, because one of him and his girlfriend is having problems. So that's my own opinion. You should just try to kill that thing that is developing in his mind.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ziggy. Thank you very much for calling. It is a slippery slope when you think about it. It's a very slippery slope, because what you want is right in front of you, but you're wondering if it's real. You're wondering if you deserve it. It's just a bunch of different feelings, and I'm even looking at it from the perspective of the girl as well, because I honestly find it a bit funny that Joshua is talking about how he feels right now. But I think the thing that consoles me is that he doesn't seem, from the story, it doesn't seem like he has told her about these feelings. So at least we get to give him advice on that one. 07000 is the number to call. And of course, you can send in a text or a WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. This is Adult Conversations on Women Radio 91.7.
Out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at WFM917.
Ho, ho, ho. You've been good all year round, and now you deserve the best. The very best in the Airtel Home Broadband All-Time Mega Offer. Get a MiFi or router at 50% off and create beautiful moments this Yuletide. Visit any Airtel shop or www.airtel.com.ng/HBB. Have a wonderful Christmas with Airtel, the smartphone network.
Season's greetings from your Women Radio WFM 91.7.
Start every day on a bright note. Remember the words of Dalai Lama. One small positive thought in the morning can change your whole day. Be inspired with inspirational quotes and get a chance to win free airtime and 10,000 Naira cash in the Top Tea Taste to Know Inspirational 2.0 promo. Buy a pack of Top Tea. Collect inspirational cards with unique letters to spell Top Tea. Share a picture of your collection on Facebook and Instagram and tag at Top Tea Nigeria to submit your entry. Find the card with letter O to win free airtime. Get refreshed. Get inspired. Keep winning. Offer valid while stock lasts. Terms and conditions apply. Promo approved by FCCPC and NLRC.
Top Tea. Taste to know.
My people are hello. Now better levels are carrying one on a Martin Costa. Love festival of God Robo. This one is hello Costa Law. But they make like socks from you. They don't make break at the president yet. That's not the for we. But you come new offer and thousand upon thousand other prize them day. Just dial star 611 hash to enter and win inside the Globe Festival of God promo. Buy up to 20,000 naira data. Your lucky shine to win brand new house. If you cost to recharge or loan data when cost from 500 naira, go reach 10,000 naira every month, week or every day. New or Taraka plus other fantabulous prize and feel like your hand. Make your dial star 611 hash now to enter and win. Terms and conditions there.
Glow Unlimited.
Are you searching for durable, guaranteed, elegant, affordable home products? At Eleganza Industrial City Limited, we put you first. From plastic chairs for adults and babies, party tables and school tables, disposable plates and cups, as well as reusable plastics, food warmers and cooling boxes, trash bins of various sizes, baby diapers, lady sanitary care products, luggage of various sizes, hair threads, and lots more. Eleganza Industrial City Limited has got you covered with our elegantly designed products in unique shapes and sizes. Visit us at Kilometer 60 Ekre Expressway after Eleko Junction, Ibejuleki, Lagos. Or you can call 081 801 99999 or 090 914 73665, or you can send us an email at eleganzaindustrialcity@yahoo.com or info@eleganzagroups.com or sales@eleganzagroups.com. You can visit our website www.eleganzagroups.com. Eleganza Industrial City Limited. The name is our guarantee.
What's that? What happened? See, I just bought 1,000 naira Glow data, and instead of the usual, I got 3.9 gigabytes. Guy, I swear, that's how I saw it too. I bought 2,000 naira data yesterday, and I got a whopping 9.2 gigabytes. Wow! Glow data is just always bigger. Yep, and always better. I swear down. Babe, why are you moving your SIM?
I'm leaving this network and getting a Glow SIM immediately. And I'm not giving you my new number. Your on donation. Why didn't you tell me about this new Glow data plans?
Glow new data plans. Always bigger, always better.
Babe, sorry now.
Yes, get a Glow SIM card today and enjoy bigger, better data on the Glow network. Just dial star 777 hash and choose your plan. Glow Unlimited.
At Women Radio 1.7, we value you, and we're constantly looking for ways to be closer to you. Hence the Women Radio membership to connect you with other women in the 36 states of Nigeria. Are you a trader, business owner, student, stay-at-home mom, or farmer? The Women Radio membership is here for you at no cost. Register at WFM917.com. You can also join the Women Radio membership Facebook group. As a member, we promote your business on Women Radio, and you also get to win amazing prizes every month. Download our mobile app and listen to us anywhere you are. The Women Radio membership, connecting you to other women.
Ho, ho, ho. You've been good all year round, and now you deserve the best. The very best in the Airtel Home Broadband All-Time Mega Offer. Get a MiFi or router at 50% off and creates beautiful moments this Yuletide. Visit any Airtel shop or www.airtel.com.ng/HBB. Have a wonderful Christmas with Airtel, the smartphone network.
I feel that there's some sort of lack of professionalism in this because we're talking about 100 lives.
Government has also put in place a structure to make it look like what they have in mind.
How do we stop crime in the society? Because at the end of the day, if a man cannot provide for his wife anymore, he looks for other means. Because we should address Nigerian corruption.
This is Panorama.
Mondays through Fridays from 9 to 5 a.m.
And WFM 91.7 will bring you ladies from across Nigeria's political zones, dissecting, discussing, and disagreeing on topical issues of the day. You too can join the conversation by tweeting us at WFM 917 with the hashtag Panorama. WFM 91.7, the voice of women.
The big question. In fact, it's increasing more. Whenever I have a snake and whether Saturn and swallow him. Why? Everything has been clear. Conversation, controversial, and borderline disruptive. The big question.
Mondays to Fridays, 12:05 p.m.
On your Women Radio, WFM 91.7.
17 minutes to 8 on Women Radio 91.0 Still Adult Conversations, where we share real life issues and matters relating to the heart. If you're just tuning in, I'm going to very quickly read the story so that you can follow and you can call in and contribute. My name is Joshua. My friend met his current girlfriend in my street when he came to visit me. 2 months later, they started dating and have been together for about 9 months now. She visits him regularly, so we sometimes go together, but I bring her back most times in my car since I mostly go to his place after work. She had complained to me about his temper, but about 3 months ago, she told me he was beating her. I had seen some of the bruises, but didn't want to believe my friend was responsible for that. I talked to him about it and advised him to stop or he will lose her, but he didn't listen. I take her home from his house almost every day, and I'm falling in love with her too. Do I tell her to leave him? What if she doesn't want to date me because she thinks we're the same? Do I tell her how I feel? And that's where Joshua is at this evening. That's where she's at. That's where he's at. Joshua is saying, do I tell her how I feel? What if she doesn't want to date me because she thinks my friend and myself are the same thing? And do I tell her to leave him and date me? It's a tricky situation, but that's Joshua's question this evening. All right, I'm going to read this from Ceci Otegbayo. Ceci is saying, Joshua should help the girl focus on leaving his friend because of the domestic violence in their relationship and let the girl heal. Time will tell after leaving his friend if they can be dating or not. Love happens in a strange land at times. So I believe that what Ceci is saying right now in this situation is that give it some time. Right now, she's in a very, very sticky situation that she should be getting out of. So Ceci is saying you should be focused on getting her out of it. And then in due time, when she's healing or has healed, then you can talk to her about a relationship. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Yes. My name is Ayo. I'm calling from Ogun State.
Ayo from Ogun State.
Yeah.
Where in Ogun State, please? Okay. All right, Ayo, please go ahead. Why you talk like that?
Why can't I look for one partner? Yeah? That doesn't make sense. You should do as your friend. No, yeah, but the way I see it, that's all right. Maybe you should do at last. So don't thank you.
Thank you. Joshua, I talk to this particular guy. This idea of falling in love with this babe not to make sense, because if now your friend babe you they fall in love with, particularly when the babe they in distress, where she get all these different things where they do them at the same time. Now that time you too you can't decide say you won't fall in love. It's a bit tricky sometimes, and particularly in this particular situation where we say domestic violence now be the thing. So she did, how did I talk now for pidgin? Her mind they in like 50 different places, because now she don't actually fall in love with the guy, with this Joshua friend, but now where the guy they beat him, everything don't turn around. Nobody say she no still love him more, but now confusion go enter. She go ask herself, she make her stay, I make her no stay. Particularly if the guy they beat and come they apologize after they buy and things, those kind of things. The girl feel no be that kind of person where she go just stand up, come up for the relationship, leave, waka, and never look back. She feel no be that kind of person. So this situation they very, very slippery. And if not handled with care, this girl feel just lost for this relationship where she did so. So personally, I think that that's why more people are saying that Joshua should not put himself in a romantic situation with her. At least not right now. At least not right now. Maybe that's the reason that most people are saying that's not what she needs right now. Incoming message from Mrs. Sonny from Okearo. And Mrs. Sonny is saying, good evening, sis. Joshua should respect himself by not telling her anything about his sudden feelings, because this is not love, but lust. Does that sound familiar? Someone said this earlier today in the course of conversation. This is not love, it's lust. So he may be looking at her and thinking he wants to make her life better. But because he stands to benefit something from it, I mean, if they're sexually active and she starts to date Joshua, then Joshua gets some. And at the end of the day, she will feel, I mean, it would be tricky, particularly if she's not really sure of his feelings, if she entered because she was looking for solace. She was looking for somebody that it was looking out for her. So at the end of the day, it goes still cast. It goes still cast, man. It goes still cast. So I don't know what the solution to this is, but we'll be wrapping up very soon. So if you want to call and you still want to contribute, then this is the time. The number to call is 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. You can send in a text message or a WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. 0703 175 6537. What do you think that Joshua should do? Well, in the spirit of wrapping up, or as we wrap up, if I can take one more call, I'll take it. But as we wrap up, Joshua might be feeling love. He might actually be falling in love with her. But the timing is a big challenge here. And just like every other thing, love has timing. It has timing. I know that might be a harsh reality for some people to understand, but love has timing. And when it all falls into place at the right time, then it will work out. I'll take this call. Hello, good evening. Hello. Good evening. Please, can you speak louder? All right, please call back if you can. So love really has timing as well. And if the timing is right for both people, then it would work out at the end. They won't need to stress, they won't need to struggle. It will just come very easily. Hello, good evening. Yes. Good evening. Hello, Okpa. Thank you for calling. Okpa, this midnight way the call so. Okay. I said this midnight way the call so. You know understand now midnight they call for the show so.
Your matter is very tight. If you number one thing is if the guy is very complicated, that means he must be ready, like does not want to fight it. And respect him. That is number one. You must be ready. That means the man does not want to let you anymore. Because the guy will never look at you with the eye. Number two, I sincerely think the guy is not in love with that lady. What you have to do is not in love. Now, he's having that feeling because he's thinking the lady is a feeling that is coming back of it. Can know this girl, is a good girl now. She's not supposed to be in this kind of foreign situation.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
That she's not supposed to be experiencing this kind of thing. Wow. She's not supposed to be. Very coming from. And after some time, it's going to go off. So you need the most to do this to handle
And that would be really bad.
That would be really bad. Because you see that two friends that are no longer friends are now all one Muslim. And at the time it is wrong, and they could go leave that friend, they could forget that friendship. Hang on.
Well, I believe that's all we can take right now for today on Adult Conversations. It has indeed been an interesting conversation, and I understand that you may still want to say certain things and have certain opinions on this, but we are out of time at this point and we need to really wrap up. So, thank you very much for all your contributions so far. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for your messages. Thank you for your calls. Thank you for everything, all your contributions tonight. I believe that Joshua will be able to take an informed decision from the advice that you've given tonight. On behalf of Joshua, I thank you again, and I hope you will join me tomorrow, same time, same station, same program, Adult Conversations. Thank you very much to my engineers on duty. My name is Sumto Titilayo Achama. Good evening.
All my days and all my nights, I'll let a rocking chair for two. Let's start a future, me and you. I'll tell you all I have conceived. I'll show you all I want you to see. My intentions are crazy, there's nothing. Open your heart, you find yours true. All my life I've waited to feel like I do now. And I can't wait to have you.